You've heard of the ASX. You may have even bought a few shares, but how does the Australian share market actually work? Who controls it? What happens when you click buy? And is it rigged for the big guys? In this video, I'm breaking down all in plain English. Whether you've just started out or already investing, this is a great explainer I wish I had when I first started. Stick around because I'll show you one of the easiest ways to invest in the ASX without needing to pick individual stocks as well. Let's start with the basics. The ASX stands for the Australian Securities Exchange. It's where stocks are bought and sold. Think of it like a massive online marketplace for companies. It officially begun in 1987 after 6 state-based exchange mergers. Before that, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, they all had their own stock markets. Can you imagine how messy that would get? The oldest company listed on the ASX, that was Bank of New South Wales, now known as Westpac, listed way back in the 1800s. Today, the ASX lists over 2,000 companies and handles billions in daily trades. It's one of the top 20 exchanges in the world by size. So who runs the ASX? Now, here's something people get wrong all the time. The ASX isn't run by the government. It's actually a publicly traded company itself. Yep, you can buy shares in the ASX on the ASX. It's regulated by ASIC, the Australian Securities and Investment Commission, and follows strict rules to ensure fairness and transparency. Think of the ASX like a referee. It doesn't care who wins, it just needs to make sure the game is played by the rules. So what happens when you buy a stock? Let's say you want to buy shares in Commonwealth Bank. You open your investing app and click buy. So what happens next? Your order goes to a broker, like CommSec or Self-Wealth, or many others, and they send it to the ASX, which finds someone selling that same share at your price. Once a match is made, this transaction is logged in CHESS, that is the Clearinghouse Electronic Sub-Register System. CHESS is like a super secure spreadsheet that keeps track of who owns what. In Australia, your name is actually recorded as the shareholder, and that is rare. In the US, it's usually your broker. Make sure your broker uses CHESS sponsorships, or just keep this in mind, as it gives you a direct ownership, and you even get an official letter when the company pays a dividend. So this is something to keep your eyes out for if you're interested in it. So what can you actually trade on the ASX? Most people think the ASX is just for individual shares, but there is a lot more. ETFs are one of my favorites. They're like baskets for companies, and if you buy an ETF like VAS, you're investing in the entire top companies in the ASX at once. Imagine instead of picking one individual chocolate bar, you buy a whole variety box. That's what an ETF is like. So how does the ASX actually make money? The ASX is a business too. It makes money from listing fees when a company goes public, trading fees every time you buy or sell, and selling live data to platforms and brokers. So every trade you've made puts a few cents into the ASX's pocket. Why does it matter to you? Even if you've never bought a single share, the ASX affects your life. Maybe your super fund, it probably invests in ASX listed companies. Your bank, it's listed on the ASX probably. That mining boom in Western Australia, powered by a big chunk of the stock market. If you want to build wealth in Australia, understanding the ASX can give you a real opportunity. There are also some common myths around the ASX. So the first myth that I'll cover is that the ASX is rigged, or many stock markets are rigged. The ASX is heavily regulated. While big players have advantages, the rules are pretty much the same for everyone. Myth 2. You need thousands to start. Thanks to micro-investing apps, you can start with as little as $5 on some platforms. Myth 3. It's just gambling. Investing is only gambling if you don't know what you're doing, is a common phrase used. So it's good to do your own research. It can be gambling if you don't know what you're investing in, but it also gives you an opportunity to align your money with companies you believe in the long term. Use facts to disarm the myths and rebuild trust in long-term investing. So final tip and the call to action is, If you're serious about building your wealth over time, learning how the ASX works or other stock exchanges can be a great tool to help you on this journey. For most people, starting with a simple ETF like VAS is a smart first move. You can get access to hundreds of companies with low fees and long-term growth. Again, this isn't financial advice, so please do your own research and find what works for your own investment horizon and philosophy. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like, it really helps, and subscribe if you want more investing explainers, or as well I track my portfolio on here so you can see as well someone using their own money. Thank you.